Buying new construction feels the safest real estate decision you can make. It's brand new, no previous owner, no old roof, no outdated plumbing. What could go wrong? Well, more than most people think. I've seen buyers spend tens of thousands of dollars they didn't need to spend. Not because the home was bad, but because they didn't understand how new construction really works. And before becoming a realtor, I worked in construction. So when I walk through a new build with clients, I'm not just looking at finishes. I'm looking at framing, slope, drainage, installation quality, and mechanical systems. The things that actually matter long term. Especially here in Central Florida, in areas like Horizon West, Winter Garden, and parts of Windermere, where entire communities are still being built out in phases. When you're buying in a growing master planned community, the decisions you make early can impact you for years to come. Today I'm breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes people make when buying new construction, and what you should do instead. And mistake number 3, that's the one that can directly affect how much cash you need at closing. Let's get into it. Okay, mistake number 1, walking into the model without representation. I get it, you're driving by, you see a model home, you think, let's just stop and look in. You walk in, you sign the guest sheet, and you start chatting with the sales rep. And without realising it, you just put yourself at a massive disadvantage. That sales rep works for the builder. They are trained, they are compensated, and they represent the builder's profit margin, not your financial protection. And in Central Florida specifically, you can have multiple builders selling within the same master planned community. In places like Lake Nona or Horizon West, you might have 3 or 4 builders operating within a short drive of each other, all with different incentive structures, release schedules, and pricing strategies. Here's something most buyers don't know. If you don't bring your own agent for the first visit, many builders won't allow you to add one later. That means no negotiation strategy, no contract guidance, no upgrade budgeting advice, and no inspection advocacy. And this is where my construction background becomes valuable. When I tour new construction with clients, I'm not just admiring countertops. I'm looking at foundation slope, window flashing, HVAC placement, and material consistency, and the signs of rushed subcontractor work. You don't just want someone who opens doors, you want someone who understands what's behind the drywall. And that leads into mistake number 2. Mistake number 2 is believing the price is the price. Builders will often say, we don't negotiate. And technically, they protect the base price, because lowering it affects future comparable sales. But that doesn't mean there's no flexibility at all. Negotiation happens in other buckets: closing cost credits, rate buy downs, design centre credits, appliance packages, and lot premiums. Timing matters too. End of quarter, end of phase, standing inventory, or interest rate shifts. These are all leverage windows that we can take advantage of. If you don't understand builder timing cycles, you will miss them. I've seen buyers save thousands simply by negotiating in the right category at the right time. There's another part of timing most buyers don't think about, and that's deposits. When you go under contract on a new construction here in Central Florida, you're technically putting down a builder deposit. Sometimes that's 5% and sometimes it can be 10%. Occasionally it's structured in stages throughout the build. And unlike resale, those deposits are often non-refundable once certain contingency periods expire. That means if you later decide that the lot isn't ideal, or you realise something different is being built behind you, or you simply change your mind about the phase you chose, walking away may not be as simple as you imagined. Builders structure contracts to protect construction schedules. So timing isn't just about incentives, it's about being confident in the location, the lot, the phase strategy, and the long-term plan before you sign the contract. Because once construction is underway, your flexibility decreases significantly. That's not meant to scare you, it's meant to make sure you're fully informed before committing to purchasing a new construction home. But the next mistake, this is one that quietly hurts buyers financially the most. Mistake number 3, overspending at the design centre. You walk into the design centre and everything looks upgraded, everything looks premium, and everything feels necessary. And suddenly your $450,000 base home price is now $520,000. Here's the rule I give my clients. try to keep upgrades around 10% of the base price. And here's why. The lender will order an appraisal, and the appraiser determines the value based on comparable sales, not how beautiful your finishes are. If your home does not appraise at the contract price, the lender will base your loan on the lower of the purchase price or appraised value. If the appraisal comes in low, you typically have two options: bring the difference in cash at closing or attempt to renegotiate with the builder. But the lender will not simply increase the loan beyond the appraised value. That difference comes out of your pocket, and that dream kitchen could require an extra $10,000 or $20,000 if you're not careful. The goal is not to build the most upgraded home in the neighbourhood. The goal is to build the smartest financial decision in the neighbourhood that works out long term for you. And before we move on, if you're considering new construction anywhere in Central Florida, remember that the community you choose matters just as much as the home itself. Central Florida has plenty of great options: Horizon West, Winter Garden, Windermere and Lake Nona, and each offers something slightly different in terms of lifestyle, growth and long-term potential. If you want help finding the right community for your lifestyle and goals, reach out to me directly at floridahomesgroup.com/YouTube to get your new construction journey underway. Now let's talk about something even more important than finishes. Mistake number 4, which is skipping the inspection. I hear this constantly. It's brand new, why inspect it? Because new does not mean perfect. City inspectors verify minimum code compliance. Minimum code does not equal flawless workmanship. Builders move fast, subcontractors rotate, and multiple homes are all being built at once. And when speed increases, small oversights happen. In large-scale Central Florida developments, it's common for multiple homes to be under construction simultaneously within the same section. Different crews rotate between properties, and build speed can vary depending on phase deadlines. And that environment increases the likelihood of minor issues slipping through if you're not paying attention. I've seen brand new homes with improper grading causing water pooling on driveways, missing insulation, HVAC ducts disconnected in attics and plumbing leaks, framing inconsistencies and electrical panels mislabeled. And once drywall goes up, you don't see most of that because it's all hidden. And that's why I recommend free inspections. Pre-drywall inspection, which is your only chance to see behind the walls, a final inspection before closing, and an 11-month warranty inspection before the builder warranty expires. That 11-month inspection can alone save thousands of dollars. And when I attend inspections with my clients, I understand what's cosmetic versus structural because of my construction background. I know what proper installation should look like. This isn't about distrust. It's about protecting a 6-figure investment. And finally, this one determines your long-term equity. Mistake number 5, ignoring future resale and phase strategy. When buying new construction, you're buying into a developing micro market, especially here in Central Florida. There's new phases, new builders, new commercial development, and new road expansions happening all the time. In communities like Horizon West, where development is still ongoing, understanding how many phases are left and what inventory is still coming matters. Future releases can impact pricing strategy and resale timing. If you purchase early in a community with multiple phases remaining, you need to understand how future pricing and incentives could affect your position when you eventually sell. Buying smart within the phase plan protects long-term equity. If you do not evaluate how many phases are left, whether future homes will sell higher or lower, what commercial zoning is planned nearby, and what your lot backs up to, you could find yourself competing against brand new inventory when you try to sell at a later date. Smart buyers always buy with the exit in mind, even if they plan to stay long term, because equity protection starts on day one. New construction isn't risky because it's new, it's risky when you assume it's simple. It rewards informed buyers and it punishes passive ones. If you're thinking about buying new construction anywhere in Central Florida, I've put together a buyer strategy guide that walks you through what to negotiate, when to negotiate, and how to budget upgrades, inspection timelines, and appraisal risk awareness. You can grab that at floridahomesgroup.com/YouTube. You can also search and view new construction homes anywhere across Central Florida directly on my website. And if you want someone to represent you who understands new construction, negotiation strategy, and how to protect your equity, I would love to help you. Just reach out anytime, whether it's next week, next year, or 2 years from now. But until then, I'll see you in the next one.